having to step up and be in the big situations like we were this year, but it was a cool experience.
You know, looking at Taylor, she's going to be in this game. You know, what was it like to see her? You kind of grew up with her. You know, you and her were like, the two other tall girls at, a lot of points, because, you had, the Duggins and, you had Sam Robinson the year before that. What is it like, you two kind of had this chemistry that you developed over time?
The chemistry definitely helped in the game. I mean, not being the biggest girl on the court sometimes was to our disadvantage, but we worked together with the rebounding and the boxing out, and we really communicated throughout the season, and we just did our best to, step up and fill the position that we had to.
What are you looking forward to most about next year?
Next year, I'm looking forward to playing with the girls that we got this year as the freshmen, like Gracie and Alexis. I mean, it's really cool to get them this year, and we didn't have as much experience this year because we were such a young team, but next year, now we have the chemistry, we have the experience, and I think we'll be able to prove ourselves to a lot of teams.
I talked to your coach, Paul Barufi, before about the fact that it seemed like you had this opportunity to throw all these freshmen to a trial by fire. How do you think that really helped your team? Because it seemed like throughout the year, the team got especially just better on defense, especially.
I think it helped our team a lot because they knew that they just had to step up. And when they stepped up, I think we all kind of stepped up together, and it made us all come closer together as a team with the team aspect of the game, because, other teams, they have one or two players leaving, but we had the whole team almost leave. So it was really cool just to get the new younger girls in, and we really just came together as one.
Well, I really appreciate you trotting over here. Tell your mom thanks for answering my text message as well.
Definitely. Thank you.
So I'll talk to you later, and good luck next year.
Thank you so much.
Sierra Schoenwald is going to be a senior next year at Ocean City High School. And also, we will be joined by Holy Spirit head coach Dennis Smith. He will be joining us a little bit later during the three-point shootout, so it'll be fun to have Coach Smith on the air. Coach, for those who don't know, Coach Dennis Smith of Holy Spirit High School, he's always a bit of a very big personality, so we'll be enjoying to have him come on the air with us during the halftime three-point shootout. We are getting ready for tip-off here from Ocean City High School for the Cal Girls Senior All-Star Game presented by Prime Events. Starters looks like it's going to be Kennedy Johnson, along with two of the Stefanskis, Michaela and Morgan Stefanski. Also, Lexi Bruno reunited with one of her former teammates, and Callie McCallion for Wildwood Catholic. Starting for Team Leahy is going to be Sammy Wetz, who's going to do the tip with Kennedy Johnson. Starting with her, along with her, looks like it's going to be Lauren Legler, Gabby Dudo, Summer Crilly, and the tip is into the hands of Lexi Bruno. We're underway. They pass it ahead. Here's McCallion, blocked from behind by Summer Crilly, but they stepped out of bounds, and it'll stay Team DePatry basketball. It's a little bit of a different setup, folks. It's an all-star game, so it's not specific schools. It's, who the coach is, as Lexi Bruno has to chase the ball in the backcourt, and she gets a backcourt violation, a turnover, and it's going to be Team Leahy. No score early on here in the Girls Senior Cal All-Star Game presented by Prime Events. Summer Curley will inbound the ball under the basket, holds the ball overhead, throws over top, into the hands of Russell from Vineland. Russell dribbles to her left and passes into the hands of Lauren Legler. Legler waits for Wentz to come to her, gets a screen, throws it inside. Wentz turns around, puts a shot up, and gets it off the glass. Good spin and turn shot by Sammy Wentz of St. Joe.
Sammy Wetzel.
Right now it's in the hands of Lexi Bruno, who used to play for Coach DePatry over at Sacred Heart. Morgan Stefanski goes down the lane, drops it back out. Here's Bruno. Now pass over top to Kennedy Johnson for a three. Misses off the front of the rim. Rebound, now pushed ahead into the hands of Team Leahy. Summer Crowley with the basketball. Now gets it back from Lauren Legler. Pump fakes, drives down the lane, puts a shot up. No good. Rebounded by Morgan Stefanski, and she pushes the ball up court for Team DePatry. McCallion takes it down the lane, puts a shot up, gets it blocked by Wetzel. Lauren Legler pushes the ball up court, throws it ahead. Here's Russell from Vineland. Almost lost her dribble, now has to pull it back out. Gets the hands of Summer Crilly. Legler for three. No good at the front of the rim. Rebound by Michaela Stefanski. 3 of the 4 Stefanski girls are playing in the game today. The other one would be Mercina. Nice spin move by Kennedy Johnson down low, but she misses off the glass. Rebound into the hands of Summer Crilly. And I don't know who she was trying to pass to, but I think they forgot that. I think they forgot Gabby Dudo is not that tall. Anyway, the hands of Team DePatry. Swinging the hands of Kennedy Johnson. Johnson thinks about it, now dribbles, passes off to Morgan Stefanski. Morgan Stefanski, no good. Rebound by Lauren Legler. 2-0 lead early on here, as both teams are hoisting up a lot of shots but not scoring much. Russell for Violin into the hands of Wetzel. Wetzel over the top, passes to Crilly. Crilly looks around. I'm actually being told that Mercina Stefanski's on a college trip, so she will not be in the game today. Shot is up and no good by McCallion. Rebound. Now Johnson puts another shot up, and she can't get the lucky roll. Another shot tipped away. Morgan Stefanski tried to put her hand to the tin and couldn't get it in. Lauren Legler passes into the corner. Pump fake by Dudo off her teammate from St. Joe, Weitzel. And it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Team DePatry basketball. Bringing the ball up court is Lexi Bruno. Bruno, who played this year without her former coach, Steve DePatry, was playing at Millville. Now hands of Michaela Stefanski for three, no good. Rebound by Weitzel. Passes it ahead to Russell. Russell pushing the ball up court. Takes it all the way to the basket and gets the left-handed layup and in. 4-0 lead for Team Leahy early on here in the first quarter. Bruno dribbling to her left. Now passes off to Johnson. Johnson for three, and she nails it. Now they're saying it's a 2. Her foot was on the line. First basket of the game for Team DePatry. And now here's the jump shot. No good. Rebound by Kennedy Johnson. Drops it off for Lexi Bruno. She brings it up court. Bruno dribbling. Passes inside to Michaela Stefanski, and the shot is blocked from behind. And Kennedy Johnson gets fouled on the putback attempt. Looks like that foul is on Lauren Legler. That'll be her first. And Kennedy Johnson will go to the line. Kennedy Johnson, this is her first season at Wildwood Catholic. She played the previous seasons with Steve DePatry at Sacred Heart, and she'll be going to Michigan State next year. Michigan State, who had a good run in the NCAA tournament and had a very good season. It's good to see a Cape Atlantic League player get some recognition, as Kennedy Johnson is always, for the last couple of years, been one of the top players in the Cape Atlantic League. Taking down the lane is Russell. Russell drops it off. Now here's Dudo for three. No good at the front of the rim. Rebound by Legler. Legler gets put shot up. Count the basket. Foul, and she'll get one more from the line. Now it's currently a 6-3 lead for Team Leahy. Legler will dribble at the line a couple times. Legler sets, shoots, miss off the back of the rim, rebound by McCallion, and she'll bring the ball up court for Team DePatry. Still a 6-3 lead for Team Leahy. Bruno on the right side of the three-point line. Dribbles to the middle, goes down the lane, puts a shot up. No good at the back of the rim, rebound by Weitzel, and we're going to have a mandatory stoppage of play for substitutions. Those who may not be familiar with this, what they do is at a certain point in the game, they stop if there hasn't been any subs and get new players in. Coming into the game for Team DePatry is, looks like it's Taylor Price, Alexis Olson. Kennedy Johnson stays in the game for Team DePatry. Coming in the game also is Sarah Shields for Team Leahy. She has the ball in her hands right now and drops it off for Weitzel. Scramble for the ball here. We got about 3-4 girls going to the floor, and we got a jump. Can't see the possession arrow. The possession arrow is going to be Team DePatry. No, it's going to be Team Leahy. Look, the refs had to actually consider it with one was pointing one direction, one was pointing another direction. Inbounding the ball here in the hands of McKay. McKay trying to go down the lane, gets stopped by Olson. Now she drops it in the hands of Nairobi Hathaway, who just came into the ball game. Weitzel with the basketball. Holds it higher to the top. Inside to McKay. McKay backs Olson down, and she gets fouled. Olson versus McCaig is a very familiar battle in the Cape Atlantic League. Cape May Tech and Middle Township have a a bit of a unhyped rivalry that goes back about 10 years as McCaig makes the first foul shot. McCaig did a lot for her team this year, especially with losing Lauren Legler. Really helped Middle Township get very far this season in the Cal and NJSAA playoffs. She was a major part of that, being the only real post player they had. Lexi Bruno for three. In and out, no good. Rebound by Alexis Olson. Olson passes out for Michaela Stefanski for two, and she nails it. They're saying it's a three. It's an 8-6 lead now for Team Leahy over Team DePatry. McCaig with the basketball. Passes off for Hathaway. Hathaway takes down the lane, stops, and they're going to say she traveled. Good call by the ref. She did do the double step. 3:01 left in the first quarter. Josh Hennig live here from Ocean City High School for the girls' senior Cape Atlantic League All-Star game. Here's another jump shot for Michaela Stefanski. No good. Rebound by Holly McCaig. Lets everybody clear out and hands it off for Hathaway. Hathaway pushes the ball up court. Takes all the way to the basket. Misses. The ball goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Team Leahy basketball. Sarah Shields will inbound the ball for Holy Spirit. In the hands of Hathaway. Hathaway shoots. Can't get the shot in the basket. Rebound by Shields. Happening to be in the right place at the right time. McCaig goes down the lane, puts up the left hand, misses the shot. Rebound pulled in by Alexis Olson. Passing the ball ahead to Lexi Bruno. Bruno passes to her former teammate Johnson. Johnson goes down the lane. And we'll get a foul call on a reach-in. Foul is called on... Not actually sure who he called it on. Anyway, it's going to be Team DePatry ball. Kenny Johnson takes the ball and puts a wild left-handed shot up. No good. Rebound by Michaela Stefanski. Stefanski into the corner. The Taylor Price. Now to Olson. Olson holds the ball above her head. Now goes down the lane. Pulls up the shot. No good. Rebound by Weitzel. Weitzel passes ahead. Here's Hathaway. Hathaway passes the ball to Shields. Shields passes inside the Weitzel, but good tip away by Kennedy Johnson. Great defense. Johnson trying to lead a fast break. Gets caught up to by the defense. Into the hands of Lexi Bruno for three. No good and out of the rim. Rebound by Taylor Price. And puts an easy shot up and in. Taylor Price, the senior from Ocean City High School. One of only actually two seniors on the entire roster for Ocean City this year. McCaig brings it down the lane and gets fouled on the reach-in. And we're going to see who, I believe they call it on 42, Alexis Olson there. And that's going to be the third team foul on DePatry. Shot, wild bounce off the back of the rim, and they're going to say hit the top, and it'll be turnover. Team DePatry ball, their tie game 8-8, 123 here in the first quarter. Michaela Stefanski brings the ball up court. Stefanski looks to her right, passes right to Bruno. Bruno holds the ball above her head. Now bounce pass inside to Olson. Olson takes on McCaig, and they're going to think they call it travel, and they do. Clock at 1:10 here in the first quarter. Hathaway will inbound the ball for Team Leahy. And Roby Hathaway is senior from Atlantic City High School. Get the ball inside to McCaig. McCaig backs down Olson. Hands it off to Hathaway. Hathaway pump fakes. Spins. Puts up a wild shot. Misses off the back of the rim. Rebound by Weitzel. And it goes out of bounds, but they're going to call a foul, I believe, against Alexis Olson. Now they're going to call against Kennedy Johnson. Olson came down on her across her arms, but they called it on Johnson, I believe, for the reach from behind. And you're going to have Sammy Weitzel going the line for St. Joe. Weitzel misses the first foul shot. Weitzel has been kind of one of the unsung talents of the Cape Atlantic League for the last couple of years for Coach McGettigan over at St. Joe as the ball bounces in and out, and it'll be Team DePatry basketball. 51 seconds in the first quarter, 8-8 tie game. Michaela Stefanski will cross the halfway point of the court. Looks to her right, passes to Bruno. Bruno calling for a pick. She gets the screen from Olson. Now passes back to Olson, but it's stolen away, but tipped back to Bruno. Now Olson goes up for a shot, gets it taken away from her, Here comes the fast break. Here's Alston. She puts a shot up and misses. Rebound by Bruno among a much group of taller players. Bruno with a full court pass ahead gets it stolen away as Alston stepped in like a defensive back. Now the ball tipped away by Bruno. Now Bruno passes ahead for Michaela Stefanski. Stefanski with the shot, no good off the front of the rim. Ball bounced out of bounds. It'll be Team Leahy basketball with 11.5 seconds here in the first quarter. Hathaway will inbound the ball. Alston will bring the ball up the court. The senior from Pleasantville. Passed into the corner. Here's Shields. Takes a jump shot, no good. Rebound by Johnson. There's 2 seconds. 1 second on the clock. And she's not going to get the shot up all in time. And we have an 8-8 tie game here at the end of the first quarter. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor. We'll be back right here on 101.3 FM and 1020 AM WIBG.
You're listening to Cape Atlantic League High School Basketball on 94.3 WIBG. More courtside action after this.
The original style submarine sandwich is here at Dooley's Sub Shop. Not pre-sliced cold cuts, freshly sliced meats, and their cheesesteaks freshly sliced on premise and then seasoned. And on that AC Italian bread, delicious. You take the first bite of that fat sub and you just know this is more than your typical sub sandwich. It's a Dooley Submarine. Dooley Sub Shop, Tilton Road in Northfield, 1 block from the Pike Path. Eat in or take out. 609-646-6602. Dooley Sub Shop, your home for offshore submarines.
We are now back to Cape Atlantic League High School Basketball on Wibbage FM 94.3 WIBG.
We are back for second quarter action from the Cape Atlantic League Girls Senior All-Star Game presented by Prime Events. I'm Josh Hennig, broadcasting live from the corner of the court. And Matt Ulmer is bringing you the video up above. Bring the ball up court, Michaela Stefanski to start the second quarter. In the hands of Morgan Stefanski. Picks up her dribble prematurely. Now throws it all across to her sister. Michaela shoots and hits the jump shot. Michaela Stefanski, very talented point guard over the years. Here's a shot. Crilly missed that shot and rebound by Morgan Stefanski. Morgan passes ahead to Michaela. Michaela takes it to the basket and can't get another one to roll in. Rebound gathered in finally by Team Leahy. And Russell was pushing the ball up court, and they're going to say no basket. The foul, I guess they're going to say the foul was before the basket. Now they're going to say offensive foul. Russell's like, my bad. Michaela Stefanski will bring the ball up court for Cedar Creek Senior, playing on Team DePatry. Her coach, Fran Raff, is one of the assistant coaches. The ball is tipped out of bounds by Gabby Dudo of St. Joe. Ball being inbounded by Morgan Stefanski into the hands of Katie McCallion of Wildwood Catholic. Passes out for Olsen. Olsen pump fakes, takes it down the lane, fakes the shot, now hands it off to McCallion, puts a shot up wildly, can't get it to go. Rebound by McCaig. Team Leahy pushing the ball up court. Here's Russell. Russell of Vineland takes it down the lane, puts a jump shot up, misses off the back of the rim. Rebound pulled in by Morgan Stefanski. Morgan Stefanski passes to her sister Michaela. Michaela taking it down the lane, gets a shot tipped away from behind. Good defense by Dudo. Ball being inbounded here by Michaela Stefanski over the top to Alexis Olsen. She'll take a long two in and out of the rim. Rebound by Lauren Legler. Legler in the hands of Russell. Russell pulling the ball back out. Now takes it to the basket, puts a shot up, and she doesn't get the friendly roll. The rim does not like Russell today. McCallion takes it down the lane, picks her up her dribble, now passes off. Here's a shot by Taylor Price. She can't put it in. Rebound by Summer Crilly. Russell going all the way to the basket. Ball gets tipped away. She tried to put it into the hands of Dudo. Good defense there by Michaela Stefanski. We have a 10-8 lead early in the second quarter action for Team DePatry. Ball is going to be inbounded here by Summer Crilly near the corner of the court. Here's McKay taking it down the lane, pump faked, then went in, now passes off. Here's Crilly with a long two, no good. Rebound by Alexis Olsen. Olsen in the hands of McCallion. McCallion bringing the ball up court for Wildwood Catholic. Morgan Stefanski now gets a screen from Olsen. The ball is stripped and tipped away. Girls are diving for the ball here. Jump ball, possession arrow, Team Leahy. Clock stops at 5:47 here in the second quarter. Russell will get the ball as she crosses half court. Passes off to Dudo, being guarded closely by Stefanski. Dudo taking the ball to the basket, puts a shot up wildly off the side of the backboard, no good, but McCaig there for the rebound. Russell passes off to Legler. Legler now to Dudo. Dudo takes it down the lane, puts a shot up, and no good. Rebound by Morgan Stefanski. Passes it ahead to her sister Michaela. Michaela passes ahead, and the ball is stolen away by Gabby Dudo of St. Joe's. Now here's a shot by Legler, miss off the back of the rim. Ball tracked down by Michaela Stefanski, although she got the ball bounced off her head there for a second. Now here's McCallion to the basket, and she scores off the backboard. 12-8 lead for Team DePatry. And now here's a shot by Russell. She couldn't get the jump shot to fall. Actually, no, the layup, I should say. Michaela Stefanski passed ahead, and Dudo almost had another steal there. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay Team DePatry basketball as they have a 4-point lead here. Morgan Stefanski passes in to McCallion. She passes off to Alexis Olsen. Olsen takes a long jump shot. No good. Rebound by Dudo of St. Joe. Dudo taking it all the way to the basket. Can't get the shot up and in. Morgan Stefanski will bring the ball wildly up court and full steam ahead. Ball gets tipped away by Summer Crilly, and we're going to have a substitution. Kennedy Johnson is going to come in along with Lexi Bruno for Team DePatry. Coming out is Alexis Olsen and Michaela Stefanski. Lexi Bruno will pass it inside to Kennedy Johnson. Johnson put the shot up, no good. Couldn't get her own rebounds. McCaig pulled it in. Great box out by Holly McCaig in Middle Township. Here's Lauren Legler. Passes off to Crilly. Crilly, she traveled. It's always entertaining when you see seniors travel because you would think by now they would know that they can't do what I call the 2-foot shuffle, but well, it can happen to anybody. Bruno passes ahead to Morgan Stefanski. Morgan hands it off to Kennedy Johnson. Johnson now passes off to Bruno. Lexi Bruno going down the lane, puts up a shot, air ball, but gathered in by Kennedy Johnson. You could probably say that's an assist at that point.
That's the good Kennedy Johnson, Lexi Bruno, assist.
And they do give her the assist, even though we know in reality that was a missed shot. But, you know, fill the stat sheet however you can. Coming into the game now is Maya Alston of Pleasantville, along with Sarah Shields. Shields shoots a 3, no good. Ball tipped around, finally into the hands of Johnson. Johnson, Bruno. Now Bruno will bring it across half court. Team DePatry leads 14-8. Bruno passes off for Taylor Price. Price taking it down. Now off to McCallion. Great pass by Price, but McCallion couldn't finish the deal. Here comes Team Leahy, led by Lauren Legler. Legler ahead to Shields. Shields for 2, miss off the front of the rim. Rebound by Weitzel. Now rebound by Hathaway. Drops it off for Weitzel, and Weitzel gets fouled. And we're going to have 2 shots taken by Sammy Weitzel. That foul was on, I believe they're going to call it, on Katie McCallion. She's the one who smacked her wrist. McCallion knew what happened immediately when she did it. Clock stopped at 3:23 here in the second quarter. Weitzel dribbles the ball, shoots, nails it. Sammy Weitzel played at St. Joe's. St. Joe's coached by Coach Dan McGennigan. Has a good group of girls still coming back next year, even though Dudo and Weitzel will be missed as the shot is put up and in. And now it's a 16-9 lead by Team DePatry. Katie McCallion there on that basket. Sarah Shields with the ball for Team Leahy. Ball is tipped away into the hands of Bruno, but she... Okay, well, I think she went out of bounds. Yes, she did. Sometimes when I see these refs point one direction, folks, you don't know if they're actually either pointing at the direction or pointing at who tipped it out. Alston, the Shields for 3. No good. Rebound by Maya Alston. She puts another shot up and gets a friendly roll in. The senior from Pleasantville. Here comes Lexi Bruno for Team DePatry. Bruno's going to take a 3, and she nails it. Bruno dead on from 3 to make it a 19-11 lead for Team DePatry. Hathaway brings the ball up court. Now drops it off for Legler into the corner. Now to Shields. Shields against Bruno. Olsen now to Hathaway. Hathaway is going to take a jump shot. Miss out the back of the rim. Rebound by Bruno. Bruno throwing the ball ahead to Kennedy Johnson. Johnson pump fakes. Puts the shot up. No good. And we're going to have an over-the-back foul called. It's going to be Team Leahy basketball after the foul called against Kennedy Johnson. Kennedy Johnson just laughs it off. Here comes Hathaway with the 2-minute mark here in the second quarter. Into the corner to Legler. Legler now drops it off for Hathaway. Hathaway inside the Weitzel. Weitzel puts a hook shot up on the glass and scores. Sammy Weitzel with a nice move down the post.
Sammy Weitzel.
Lexi Bruno up court. Bruno gets a screen from Johnson. Now passes off to Taylor Price. Price back to Bruno. Bruno dribbles to her right. Now drops it off. Here's McCallion taking it all the way to the basket. Missed off the front of the rim. She gets her own rebound. Now drops it off for Price. Price for two. And she nails it in front of her hometown crowd.
Basket good, Taylor Price. Katie McCallion, assist.
Now they're bringing the ball up court is Team Leahy. They throw it inside to Alston. Alston nails it off the backboard. And they're going to give her one more from the line. Foul's called on Taylor Price of Ocean City. I believe that's her first foul. That's actually 17 fouls now on Team DePatry. So it'll be 1-and-1 shots from the next few fouls. When Team Leahy goes to the line. Basket is good, a 21-16 lead for Team DePatry here in the girls senior Cape Atlantic League All-Star game presented by Prime Events. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Team DePatry basketball. Inbounding the ball will be Morgan Stefanski. She gets it over to Lexi Bruno. Now a bounce pass to Kennedy Johnson for three. Misses off the side of the rim. Rebounded by McCallion. Does a great job of keeping it in. Now he's swinging around and getting in the hands of Bruno with 50 seconds. She shoots. Misses off the rim. Rebound by Team Leahy now. It's pushing the ball up court. Throws it ahead to Shields. Shields could have called a foul there. She got hit pretty hard. She went out of bounds, but they're going to say instead it's an out of bounds play. It's going to be Team Leahy basketball. Clock stops with 40 seconds. Hathaway looking, throws it over the top. Here's Legler for two, miss off the side of the rim. Rebound by Alston. Now Hathaway for three. In and out of the rim, no good. Scramble for the ball as it gets knocked out of bounds. And it's going to stay Team Leahy basketball. I think that's about the third time I've had the basketball come over to me at the table. Here's Shields for a long two. And she gets a friendly roll and it finally goes in. Sarah Shields, the senior from Holy Spirit. Here's Lexi Bruno crossing half court. Passes into the hands of Morgan Stefanski. Takes down the lane, puts a wild shot up, and she nails it, gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for one more. Great take by Morgan Stefanski.
Basket good, Morgan Stefanski.
And she'll go to the line for one more. Team DePatry is already up 23-18 with 11 seconds till halftime. Miss out the back of the rim. Nice rebound by Kennedy Johnson and seals the deal by getting 2 points off the glass. 6 seconds now. 5, 4. That pass ahead to Legler. Legler thought about it. Now here's a shot by Alston, and she nails it off the backboard. And that's how the first half will end. 23-21 lead for Team DePatry at halftime. Coming up next is going to be the girls' three-point shootout here at Ocean City High School. You're listening to 101.3 FM and 1020 AM WIBG.
We will return with more Cape Atlantic League high school basketball action on Wibbage FM 94.3 WIBG.
when Sam was shooting, John ran on the court and pushed her off the spot. So these 3-point shootouts between the boys and the girls during the boys' halftime could be a little interesting.
Get a little antsy. So, and Coach Leahy has put the starters out for the third quarter, which is probably better that he did it with me sitting over here with you, Josh, and doing it on his own. He's looking over here right now. He's like, what are you doing and why are you not coming back? So, all right, well, Josh, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for everything you guys do, doing the games that you do during the season. It's great. It's awesome to get our kids as much exposure as we could get. As you can also notice, your partner in crime has also not returned to the table either. So I guess Buddy Treen, who's doing the clock, is also doing the official book as well. But Josh, thank you so much for you guys that you do, and I'm sure Buddy will probably do a better job than Harry will. And you can tell him I said that. That's my parting shot. Josh, thanks.
Thanks, Coach Smith of Holy Spirit High School. I appreciate you joining me for the 3-point shootout halftime as he will now make his way back as there's a scramble for the ball, and we have a jump ball, and it's going to be Team DePatry basketball as Coach Smith trots down the baseline and the sideline here. Summer Crilly will be inbounding the ball for Team Leahy. As it's actually a true story that the Harry Sachs, who's supposed to be the bookkeeper, is not around. Now he finally walks in the gym. Those who are watching on GameCountySports.com can see him walking down the sideline as we have a missed shot. It's going to be Team DePatry basketball now. Now it's going to be Mikhail Stefanski going into the lane, puts a shot up, and can't get it, but she gets fouled on the way to the basket. And it's going to be inbounded under the basket by Morgan Stefanski. Josh Hennig live from Ocean City High School. And Kennedy Johnson, nice basket. Now it's a 27-21 lead. As we mentioned, it was 23-21 at halftime, but then they added 2 points on to Team DePatry, so now it's a 6-point lead here early in the third quarter. Dudo trying to go down the lane. Now hands it off for Russell. Russell of Vineland takes a three. She hits it. So she couldn't hit a lot of threes in the three-point competition, but she nailed that one from deep. Cutting the lead for Team DePatry now, down to 3. McCallion fakes it now. It's Alexis Olsen, takes it down the lane. Maybe took an extra step there, but they didn't call it, but it's going to stay Team DePatry basketball. Inbounding the ball will be Morgan Stefanski. Passes it into Johnson. Johnson for 2, and she nails it. Russell will bring the ball up court for Team Leahy. Russell looks around, now takes it into the paint, puts a shot up wildly, no good. Rebound by, I believe that was McKay. Guess it was McKay, but she gets fouled. And she's going to go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Holly McKay, the senior from Middle Township. Middle Township actually graduating a lot of girls after this season, including McCaig and Legler and Fields. Also, Mariana Peterson coming off the bench is one of their better three-point shooters. So we have a reach and foul off the rebound. Kennedy Johnson got the rebound. She got smacked a little bit. It's going to stay Team DePatry basketball. Team DePatry's up 4 here in the Girls Cape Atlantic League basketball game. Take it down the lane. The shot is up and no good by Morgan Stefanski. As we're kind of making up, I guess, for lost time with all these fouls. Morgan Stefanski is going to inbound the ball. Gets it into Kennedy Johnson. Johnson for 3. No good at the back of the rim. Rebound by Maya Alston. Alston pushes the ball up court. Now drops it off for Dudo. And she hits a 3. Gabby Dudo of St. Joe's for 3. Now McCallion takes it down the lane. McCallion puts a shot up. No good, but she gets fouled. I believe they're going to call down Summer Crilly there. And McCallion will go to the line to shoot 2. Katie McCallion is senior for Wildwood Catholic. She's kind of on the flip side of the whole Steve DePatry arriving at Wildwood Catholic story because she played for a different coach for her first few years. And then Steve DePatry comes in with Kennedy Johnson, and they had to change the offense and different concepts were different. But she adapted very well, and she really excelled under Steve DePatry's tutelage this year. Russell pushes the ball ahead for Dudo. Dudo, crossover, takes it down the lane, loses the handle, and is taken away by McCallion, who we were just speaking about. McCallion then throws it ahead for Morgan Stefanski, but she loses it out of bounds. It'll be Team Leahy basketball. Stopping the clock with 5:31. It's a 31-28 lead for Team DePatry. Bring the ball up court is Gabby Dudo. Dudo tried to throw it inside, but Alexis Olsen just happened to kind of step in the way of that. Now into the corner, Michaela Stefanski takes it down the lane, passes off, and stolen away by Maya Alston of Pleasantville. And Michaela Stefanski steals it right back. Great defense by the Stefanski. Now the other Stefanski, Morgan, she takes a jump shot and hits it.
Morgan Stefanski.
So Stefanski to Stefanski connection still alive here in the Cape Atlantic League, at least for one more night. Russell down the lane, puts a shot up, and good. Russell, the senior from Vineland, as Coach Dennis Smith said, had a very good season this year and kind of got overlooked because she wasn't on the most talented team. Michaela Stefanski crossover down the lane with a left-handed shot and hits it. Now Summer Crilly ahead to Russell of Vineland. Russell takes a jump shot and airballs it way past the rim. Good hustle there by Dudo to keep it in bounds, but it was right into the hands of Katie McCallion of Wildwood Catholic. Now here's a shot by Kennedy Johnson. She hits that one. Kennedy Johnson just kind of filling up the point stat sheet here. 37-30. Team DePatry has the lead, and McKay gets the shot off the pass, and we're going to have a wholesale substitution going on here. Of course, for Team DePatry, it's not really wholesale. It's just a couple girls because they're missing a couple. As we mentioned earlier, Janice Jaffe had appendix surgery, so she's not playing. And also, Mercina Stefanski is on a college trip. Of course, that information is thanks to our crack staff. In other words, Matt Ulmer up behind the camera. Kennedy Johnson takes down the lane. Shot is up and no good off the backboard. Rebound by Nairobi Hathaway. Hathaway brings it up court. Takes it down the lane. Puts a shot up. No good. Rebound by Alexis Olsen. She drops it off for Lexi Bruno. Bruno, full speed ahead to catch up. Throws it ahead to her former teammate Kennedy Johnson, and Johnson nails the jump shot. Bruno to Johnson. Just like the good old days of Sacred Heart. Not that's really good old days, but anyway. Bringing the ball up court is Dudo for St. Joe's. Gets a screen from her teammate, Weitzel. Dudo misses the shot, gets her own rebound, puts the shot up again, misses. Sarah Shields pushes it back out. Here's Hathaway, misses. Rebound by Dudo, and she gets that one in.
Basket good, Gabby Dudo.
Team Leahy cuts the lead now down to 7. Kennedy Johnson trying to extend that lead back out, misses the shot. Rebound by Sammy Weitzel, passes the ball ahead to her teammate, Gabby Dudo, who hits the shot off the glass. And now they change the score on the board. Now it's a 39-36 lead. I guess Buddy Treen was a little bit too quick on the trigger for the score. Either way, Kay McCallan, nice drive to the basket, the ball smacked away from behind by Nairobi Hathaway. They could have called a foul, but I think the refs are kind of letting the game play out a little bit here. No one at this point is really in foul trouble. Although I don't think they would let them foul out of the game anyway, but Sammy Weitzel gets the rebound, passes up ahead to Hathaway. 39-36 lead for Team DePatry. Hathaway of Atlantic City spins, gets away from Bruno, bounce pass to Weitzel. Now Dudo shoots, miss off the side of the rim, rebound by Hathaway. Now Sarah Shields for 2, and she hits it. Sarah Shields now cuts the lead, now down to 1 for Team DePatry. Bruno crosses half court in the hands of Alexis Olsen. Now pass out to McCallion. McCallion spins inside, gets fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. McCallion has already been to the line earlier. She was 1 for 2 earlier. McCallion sets at the line. Looks, shoots, and nails it. It's a 40-38 lead now for Team DePatry with 1:51 left in the third quarter. Team Leahy already has 4 fouls here in the second half, and McCallion misses the second of the 2 shots from the foul line. Hathaway pushed the ball up court. Thought about passing to Shields. Takes away the basket herself. Misses. Rebound by McCallion. McCallion running up court. Spinning. Looking. Pass inside to Kennedy Johnson. Drops it off for Olsen. Olsen fakes the shot as Dudo flies by. Now she passes out to McCallion. Gives a screen from Olsen. And McCallion airballs it. And they're going to say... Okay, so the one ref overruled the other. He's saying that it was off of... The reason it was an air ball is because it was blocked. So it's possession to Patry out of bounds. Bruno with the basketball, trying to go inside. Realizes she's got trees in her face, backdrops, tries to pull the Kemba Walker and can't get it in. Now Ruby Hathaway with the basketball. Passes ahead. She was trying to get Gabby Dudo, but a little bit too much of a fastball on that pass. Minute 10 left in the third quarter. 40-38 lead here at Ocean City High School for Team DePatry. The girls' senior all-star game presented by Prime Events. Rebound by Sarah Shields off the miss. Passes ahead to Dudo. Dudo shoots a 3 and nails it. So Dudo in transition nails the 3 and gives Team Leahy the lead. They now lead 41-40. Lexi Bruno tried to get down the lane, now pulls it back out, missed off the front of the rim, ball tipped around, knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Team Leahy basketball. Lauren Legler will inbound the ball into the hands of Dudo. Dudo brings the ball up court, passes to her left to Hathaway. Hathaway, crossover once, twice, now pass off to Weitzel. To Legler. Legler shoots and she hits it. Long 2-point basket by Lauren Legler with 22 seconds here in the third quarter. Now a 3-point lead for Team Leahy. Johnson gets aggressive, takes down the lane, gets her shot blocked, puts it up again, misses, and Weitzel with the rebound. Great defense in that possession by Weitzel to deny her twice, and I'm not sure why she threw up that shot with 5 seconds. Taylor Price and... All right, well, after that bizarre series of events, coming up next is the fourth quarter here on 101.3 FM and 1020 AM WIBG.
You're listening to Cape Atlantic League High School Basketball on 94.3 WIBG. More courtside action after this.
The original style submarine sandwich is here at Dooley's Sub Shop. Not pre-sliced cold cuts, freshly sliced meats, and their cheesesteaks freshly sliced on premise and then seasoned. And on that AC Italian bread, delicious. You take the first bite of that fat sub and you just know this is more than your typical sub sandwich. It's a Dooley Submarine. Dooley Sub Shop, Tilton Road in Northfield, 1 block from the Pike Path. Eat in or take out. 609-646-6602. Dooley Sub Shop, your home for offshore submarines.
We are now back to Cape Atlantic League High School Basketball on Ribbage FM 94.3 WIBG.
We are back live here on 101.3 FM and 1020 AM WIBG. Josh Hennig live from Ocean City High School with our presenting Destiny Johnson from Bridgeton with the award for most improved outstanding player in the Cape Atlantic League, being presented by Coach Steve DePatry, who has known Destiny for many years. A little bit of a seminal moment for DePatry. For those who may not know the history, he's the former coach of Sacred Heart, and Sacred Heart, due to missing funds, was shut down, and DePatry had to find a new home, and several of his girls had to find a new home, and Destiny Johnson, who's now at Bridgeton, gets presented the most improved player in the Cape Atlantic League award. A great honor for her. DePatry, who one of his players is playing on this all-star game, Lexi Bruno. I mean, he really had an all-star cast of players at Sacred Heart. It seemed like every year, you know, they were one of those teams that you had to notice them. You had to pay attention to them. And nowadays at Wildwood Catholic, you know, we all know because of his ability to coach and his relationships he has with these kids that he'll be able to do the same thing at Catholic for years to come. Lexi Bruno misses the shot. Rebound by Summer Crilly. Crilly pushes the ball up court for Team Leahy. Passes off for Russell. Russell for 3. Can't hit off the back of the rim. Rebound by Sarah Shields. Shields shoots a 3. She misses. Rebound by McCaig. McCaig now tries to go inside and loses it out of bounds, and it will stay Team Leahy basketball. 43-40 lead for Team Leahy. They pass it off to Russell. Russell dribbling. Now tries to go down the lane, takes it all the way to the basket, and she scores. Great aggressive play by Tanasia Russell. Now they pass it off to Taylor Price, takes down the lane, pulls it up, pass off for Johnson. Johnson missed off the back of the rim, rebound by Johnson. Johnson puts it up again, and they're going to say off of McCaig. It'll stay Team DePatry basketball. Inbounding the ball to Johnson was Morgan Stefanski. Johnson couldn't seal the deal. McCaig with the rebound has to pull it back as she realized Johnson was right behind her. Curley crosses half court with the ball. Passes ahead to McCaig. McCaig, who sprinted down court, but she loses the handle out of bounds, and it'll be Team DePatry basketball as Team DePatry is down by 5. Lexi Bruno passes ahead to Taylor Price. Pump fake by Morgan Stefanski. Bruno now at the ball. Passes off to Johnson. Johnson now into the hands of Michaela Stefanski. Now taking it down the lane, and Morgan gets fouled on the way to the basket. Curley helps her up. So going to the line to shoot two is Morgan Stefanski after getting sandwiched down the lane. She looks around. She's going to dribble a couple times. Sets, shoots, hits it. Morgan Stefanski, a part of quintuplets, or as Coach Fran Raff calls them, the quad. The main ones were Mercina, Morgan, and Michaela. And they do have a sister as well, as Kenny Johnson nails the basket, who didn't get a lot of playing time. As we mentioned earlier, Mercina was named to the AllStar team, but she's on a college trip, so she couldn't be here. So Team DePatry is shorthanded without two girls who are supposed to be on the team. And they're down by 2. Passing ahead to Lexi Bruno. Bruno tried to get in the hands of Johnson, stolen away by Allison. That's the second time that she's played like a defensive back, but she makes a horrible pass and couldn't get it into the hands of the streaking Sarah Shields. So it's going to be Team DePatry basketball again. And they're going to stop play here. They're going to say something. Okay, they wanted her to fix her shoe. Not fully sure why, but back to game time. Michaela Stefanski brings the ball up court. Dribbles to her left, gets a screen from Kennedy Johnson, takes a jump shot, in and out of the rim, no good. Johnson aggressively goes in to get the rebound, but she stepped out of bounds with the ball. Summer Curley points out the fact that why are you running into the banner? As Tom Williams now is going to attend to the fallen banner on the sideline. Now, Tanasia Russell puts the shot up by Alston. Russell got it into Alston, who did a great job, but she couldn't seal the deal. Now Michaela Stefanski down the other end to her sister Morgan. She misses it. Rebound by Maya Alston. Alston full speed ahead. Takes shot all the way to the rim and scores.
Maya Alston.
Good job by Alston to kind of hang a little bit, let the defense fly by. She put the shot up and in. And it's off to Johnson. Johnson for a long 2. Rebound by Russell. Russell full steam ahead, taking all the way to the basket. And I believe they're going to call a foul here, or they're going to call a turnover. Now they're going to say turnover. Could have called a foul there, but they didn't. Like I said, a lot of the times you're going to see a lot less fouls called in an all-star game like this because they want the players just to play. Sarah Shields stepped in the way of Lexi Bruno's pass and takes it away. Now Team Leahy with the ball. They're up by 4 with 4:55 left in the fourth quarter. Russell tried to get fancy with the pass, although she probably thought about taking a shot there as well. In between, she loses the ball out of bounds. Stopping the clock at 4:51. Team DePatry, they're down by 4. Bruno crosses half court into the hands of Taylor Price. Price off the Michaela Stefanski, takes down the lane, puts up a floater, and she hits it.
Michaela Stefanski.
Russell pushing the ball up court for Team Leahy. Now Sarah Shields tries to get it into the hands of Alston, but taken away by Team DePatry. Here's Michaela Stefanski, full steam ahead to her sister Morgan. Morgan drops it inside to Johnson. Johnson, nice job, seals the job. Kennedy Johnson on a nice assist from Morgan Stefanski. And Alston takes it all the way to the basket, and she gets fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. So the foul is on Morgan Stefanski. And going to the line to shoot 2 is Maya Alston, a senior from Pleasantville. Alston dribbles a couple times, sets, shoots, and hits it. It's now a 48-47 lead for Team Leahy, as we're going to have some subs here. Alexis Olsen is going to come in along with Katie McCallion for Team DePatry. Alston sets, shoots, hits it. So she hits them both. And now we're going to have subs for Team Leahy. It's going to have Hathaway, Legler, Wetzel. Russell will stay in the game. And Dudo is now back in. Michaela Stefanski in the hands of McCallion. McCallion dribbling, tries to get down the lane. Now bounce pass to Olsen. Olsen pump fakes, puts the shot up, finally misses. Rebound by Dudo, who certainly is one of the shorter players on that possession. Dudo drops it off for Russell. Russell for 3 again. Can't hit it, hits top of the rope. Turnover. And it'll be Team DePatry basketball. Team Leahy leads 49-47 with 3:45 left in the fourth quarter. This is the first game of our doubleheader. Coming up next will be the boys Cape Atlantic League Senior All-Star game. Kennedy Johnson drops it off for Michaela Stefanski. Gets a screen from Johnson. Takes it down the lane, puts a shot up, and can't hit it. But she'll go to the line. Michaela Stefanski, one of the 4, as Fran Raff calls them, the quad. But an interesting note, Michaela Stefanski actually has a long history at this event because she actually played in the 8th grade game years ago. And Michaela was the free throw shooting champion on the season, the Cape Atlantic League. She shot 85% from the free throw line, but she misses that one. And as Dennis Smith would say, I'm jinxing everybody tonight. Russell with the basketball, picks up her dribble, bounce pass to Wetzel. Wetzel to Legler. Legler for 3, misses. Wetzel tried to go in for the rebound, tipped it, and now it's McCallion full steam ahead. She loses the handle for a second, puts a shot up, and hits it. So despite the mishandle halfway down the court, McCallion still scores. It's now a 50-49 lead for Team DePatry. Legler to Russell. Russell, drop step, now dribbles. Sets, looks around. Russell gets the ball back, gets a screen from Wetzel. Now she shoots, and she nails that one. Russell having an excellent second half in this game. She was a little cold in the first half, but I think the three-point shooting competition kind of warmed her up a little bit. McCallion now with the ball. Sets, takes down the lane. Passes off to Olsen. Olsen back to McCallion. She shoots, and she hits it. Katie McCallion on the assist from Alexis Olsen. Now Legler for Team Leahy. Russell getting the ball back. She shoots. Missed at the back of the iron. Rebounded by McCallion, who had trouble getting the handle of the ball there. And they're going to say she traveled. And she did. As I said, I think I've seen more travels actually in this game than I saw in a regular season girls game. But that's what happens when you get excited. Dudo bringing the ball up court. Taking it down the lane, now passes off, try to get to Nairobi Hathaway, but forgot that, well, Hathaway is not 6 foot tall. Bruno now with the basketball. Her team is up by 1. As she brings the ball up court, now hands it off for Michaela Stefanski. Back to Bruno in the corner for 3, no good. Rebound by Kennedy Johnson, takes down the lane, loses the handle, picks it back up, tips it to McCallion, takes down the lane. McCallion puts a shot up, no good. Rebound by Wetzel, and anyone could have heard that foul. That slap was so loud, anyone could have made that call. So now it's going to be Team Leahy basketball under the opposing basket as they're going to pass it ahead. Russell's going to cross half court. Our team is down by 1 with 1:30 on the clock. And it's going to be lost out of bounds. Gabby Dudo couldn't handle it. Michaela Stefanski now with the ball. She'll inbound it to Lexi Bruno. Clock is ticking. Team DePatry up by 1. Now Johnson down the lane puts up a shot and she gets fouled on her way to the basket. Now she'll go to the line to shoot 2 foul shots. And that is the 7th team foul on Team Leahy. So every time they foul them from here on out, it'll be foul shots for Team DePatry. Johnson misses the first foul shot. Kennedy Johnson, one of the stars of the Cape Atlantic League in girls basketball this year, is going to Michigan State next year, where she'll be joining her brother Austin Johnson in the Big Ten. Her brother Austin plays for Penn State in football. Now Russell with the ball for Vineland. Drops it off to Legler, now to Hathaway. Hathaway takes down the lane, spins. I think she wanted to put up a shot, but the ball was tipped away, and it'll stay Team Leahy basketball with 1:07 left. Team DePatry's up by 2. Bounce pass in Legler, the Dudo, and she scores. Tie ball game, 53-all with 58 seconds left. McCallion with the ball, holds the ball above her head. Now takes down a lane, drops it off. Olsen trying to get post up, but she couldn't get deep enough. Now Johnson to McCallion. McCallion takes down a lane all the way to the basket, but she can't finish the deal. Olsen gets the rebound, puts the shot out, misses. Now Russell with the rebound. Tie game, 53-all. She passes ahead to Dudo, to Hathaway, and Hathaway hits it. Nairobi Hathaway ran with the fast break and she was rewarded for it. 24 seconds left. Team Leahy up 2, Team DePatry, and they're going to say a jump ball, and that's Team Leahy possession. Lexi Bruno can't believe it. .21 seconds left. Dudo's going to run up court so no one can foul her. Now Russell with the ball. She's going to bounce it off to Legler, and it looks like they're just going to run the clock out. Legler dribbles, now passes off to Hathaway. Are they going to foul? They're calling for foul, and they finally fouled Russell by pushing her out of bounds. Stopping the clock with... They literally let over 10 seconds run off the clock before they decided to foul, even though they're down by 2. Bizarre series of events there. As Morgan Stefanski on the bench tells her teammate, this is how you foul somebody. And McCallion with the steal. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, blocked by Russell, but McCallion hits it, and it's a tie game, and we're going to overtime. Wow. That was insane. It looked like Team Leahy was going to have a chance to seal the game with 5 seconds. McCallion steals the inbound pass, runs it down, gets her shot stuffed by Russell, but gets the ball right back in her hands, puts it up before the clock buzzes. And folks, we have overtime in an All-Star game. Coach Leahy has a look on his face of disbelief. The look of, I thought we had the game won. Now he's pointing to the refs like, can you believe that happened? All right, so for the All-Star game, it's going to be a 4-minute overtime. And we're going to have a jump ball as a result. I don't think anybody expected an overtime in an All-Star game, but congratulations. You're getting free basketball, folks. This is Josh Hennig live from Ocean City High School here on 101.3 FM and 1020 AM WIBG. Also live online at CapeCountySports.com. Brought to you by Ulmer's Appliance, serving Ocean City, Upper Township, and other parts of the region. Also, our game is being brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts with locations in Atlantic and Cape May counties, conveniently giving you drive-through all over the region. And also Dooley's Sub Shop, located at 1620 Tilton Road in Northfield. Give them a call at 646-6602. That's 646-6602 for pickup, delivery, and catering. Ball tipped and now in the hands of Legler. Legler now drops it off. Here's Sarah Shields for three in overtime. She misses. Rebound by Maya Alston. Back to Legler. Legler sets. Thought about the three. Now pass out to McCaig. McCaig pump fakes. Tries to go against Johnson. Johnson stonewalls her. Now the Shields. Inside the Crilly. And Crilly misses the inside shot. Rebound by Morgan Stefanski. Lexi Bruner now at the ball. Drops it off for Johnson. Johnson plows over McCaig. And McCaig stands her grounding, absorbs the offensive foul. So it will be Team Leahy basketball. Still tied game, 55-all. Curley ahead, and McCaig took a three as she barely hits the front of the rim. McCaig laughs it off, realizes, she's like, yeah, I know that's not my thing. So now it's going to be Michaela Stefanski, 14 to Patry. Tie game, 55-all here in overtime. McCallion with the ball. Dribbling, tries to throw it inside, and gets stolen away by Alston. That's probably her fourth or fifth steal at this point. Alston taking it all the way to the basket, puts up a shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, and puts it back up and in. Maya Alston just tenacious on that possession.
Maya Alston.
Here's Michaela Stefanski. Can't hit off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Lexi Bruno. Bruno drops it off and stolen away by Alston again. Taking it all the way. Drops it off for Sarah Shields. And she can't get the roll. Alston with the rebound and she scores. 2:30 left in overtime. 59-55 lead for Team Leahy. All because of Maya Alston. Almost gets a rebound off of that miss. But instead, the rebound is taken and now stolen away by Alexi Bruno. So Team Leahy had a chance to get the ball back, but they lost it. Michaela for three, shoots it a little long. Rebound by Kennedy Johnson, puts up a shot. Missed out the front of the rim. Rebound by Morgan Stefanski. Now Bruno, Lexi Bruno. Fakes the pass and pass inside to McCallion. It's going to be off of McCallion out of bounds, and it'll be Team Leahy basketball. Substitutions coming in for Team Leahy. Hathaway, Wetzel, along with Russell and Dudo. And Dudo will trot and inbound the ball. Coming in is Alexis Olsen and Taylor Price for Team DePatry. 4-point lead for Team Leahy. And Gabby Dudo says, my bad, as she throws a fastball out of bounds. She thought Russell was coming back to the ball, but she didn't. So a 4-point lead here for Team Leahy. Team DePatry with the ball. They're down by 4. McCallion throws it inside to Alexis Olsen. Spins. Keeps her pivot foot. Drops it off for Johnson. Johnson takes it hard down and misses. Rebound by Alston again. Here's Dudo all the way down, but she misses. Ball tipped around. Here's Russell. Russell with a shot. No good. Rebound by Hathaway. Hathaway fakes it. Throws it up. She misses. Rebound by Taylor Price of Ocean City. A minute 30. Team DePatry down by 4 with the basketball. Bruno gets away from the flying Dudo. Passes off for Johnson. Johnson in and out of the rim. Tipped around into the hands of Taylor Price. Price to Olsen. Back to Price. Price to Johnson. Johnson looks around. Passes off to Bruno. With a minute 10, gets a screen from Olsen. She shoots a three, misses. Rebound by Taylor Price, takes it inside herself. Gets it all blocked from behind by Hathaway. Throws it ahead to Russell. Russell all the way to the basket. She gets fouled, but she'll go to the line to shoot two. 59 seconds here in overtime. And it's going to be Russell at the foul line to shoot two. Russell dribbles a couple times. Team Leahy already up by 4 to extend the lead, and they do. And it was Team Leahy who was leading at the end of regulation, but it was Team DePatry who came up with the Bizarro World epic last-second score. And now they miss the second foul shot, does Russell, and Team DePatry with the ball down by 5. Price for 2, a little long. Rebound tracked down by Russell. Russell brings the ball up court, splits the defense, taking it all the way to the basket, and Johnson slaps it away, but somehow ends up in the hands of Sammy Wetzel, and Johnson with another rebound. 36 seconds left. 5-point lead for Team Leahy. Now here's McCallion for Team DePatry. Throws up a shot, misses, no good. Rebound by Nairobi Hathaway. Hathaway getting trapped, throws it ahead to Wetzel. Wetzel ahead of the Dudo. Duda taking it all the way to the basket, bounce past to Hathaway, and she scores. And now it's a 62-55 lead, and I think this game is almost out of reach. With 10 seconds left, Bruno brings up court. Here's Johnson for three. Johnson went to the bank and scored the three. 4 seconds, 3, 2, and that's the ball game. Team Leahy wins 60. Does that count? That counts. So Dudo gets 2 more points on the board. It makes it a 65-58 win. Coming up next, our post-game report and the MVP of the All-Star game here on 101.3 FM and 1020 AM WIBG.
More Cape Atlantic League high school basketball on 94.3 WIBG.